there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage huntsville. Y'all know y'all here. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is ever personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description. So again, just a couple housekeeping things before we get into it, you guys. Do not forget to follow me on my other platforms, Anonymous Tea Podcast. It is free to follow, you guys. TikTok, Anonymous Tea Podcast, and of course on the gram, Anonymous Reality TV. Again, it is free, you guys. Doesn't cost a dime. Not a penny, zilch, nothing to follow, you guys. So please do that because they got some content coming, you guys. So let's get into it. So Martell's, choo-choo train, aka Grand Central Station, aka side chick, aka concubine, is back out here. Carlos King desperately wants you to know that he's unbothered, but like the song says, it's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. Look at Carlos King's face, you guys. So imagine being on one of your friends and their husband put on this New Year's Eve extravaganza in Hawaii, in the beautiful Hawaii, and you are straining to smile out here in these streets. Your eyes look very much stressed, like they have been through it all, you guys. And you're trying to drown your sorrows away and pretend that everything is good, that you are, out here or on the yacht, you're out here living it up. And then when all else fails, you have to put in a Bible scripture, because that's the only time people seem to know their Bibles, when it is time to pretend to come out of the, dungeon, come out of, the sewer, come out of the dumps. All of a sudden, your scriptures inside and out. But when everything was all good, when that is the time to be counting your blessings and be grateful for your blessings, God is nowhere to be found. So Carlos King had posted, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone. The new is here. And of course, none other than the Scots like the post. And of course, none other than Chris Fletcher is in the comments talking about some living the dream, you guys. No. The old is gone. The new is here. Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. And then there was another post that Carlos had reposted from one of, like I said, his friends, that he was on this New Year's trip in Hawaii for, and basically said Carlos King was tagged in it, love time with loved ones, but we all said it's time to get back to work, and we laughed, we loved, we encouraged each other, and we energized each other. A perfect New Year's Eve vacation. Well, good for you. Do you want a cookie? Do you want a cookie? Like again, these trips are supposed to be, any type of trip anywhere is supposed to be positive. You should not be miserable on vacation, guys. Like ever. And then Carlos King, again, shouting somebody else out that is not affiliated with the O Network or Love and Marriage Huntsville, especially shouting out Keisha Kaur for happy birthday, right? And we already previously talked about him shouting out Sheree, you guys. So that's it on the Carlos King neck of the woods. Again, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I just feel like there's so many things that's for smoke and mirrors, and there's so many semantics, and we'll always find out the truth. The truth will always reveal itself one way or the other, whatever is or isn't going on. So there's that. So like I said, Martell's concubine, aka choo-choo train, aka Grand Central Station, aka side chick for life, side chick forever, ever. It is back out here, you know, again, because something else, I guess, apparently has dropped. And she wanted to, you know, make it seem like, and this is the reason why sometimes I feel like sometimes people, there's a debate on whether or not she knew if she was being recorded or whatever else. But it's like, you specifically say things to bloggers that you can not only tell was being fed to you by Martell, number one, but number two, you're doing direct interference with his custody battle / criminal case. And you don't see it. You don't see that all this stuff can be used against you. So, one example of this, you know, is she wanted to make it known that she's allegedly not spending the night. But there's receipts of y'all, what was that, Christmas Eve or right before Christmas, where y'all were, what, in Tennessee or whatever? You and your kids, as well as Martell's kids with Mel, were out of town for the holidays. So which is it? This is what I'm saying. It's like, y'all think that y'all can just run and tell any narrative, and people are supposed to have a short memory, a short attention span, and not recall, you know, I don't know when this was done. I don't know if this was done before the interview or before the holidays, but how can you say that and then you go on a trip to, what was it, Tennessee, like I said, with the kids and Martell, because Martell doesn't have an original bone in his body, doesn't have an original idea in his body, and basically all he knows, he's mentally stuck, you guys, still in this marriage with Mel. That's what's so crazy. He is still stuck in the marriage with Mel because he even did this prior, even when it was the first Christmas and first Thanksgiving, where Mel was not going to be a part of it and the kids were not going to be a part of it. They had to split the holidays. Martell got on live. He got on live for the first time, I think on that Thanksgiving that year, and talked about how, you know, it was bittersweet that this used to be something that, you know, Mel used to be a part of with him, where they would be there with each other, spending time with each other's families, and everybody would be having a good time and this and that. And he doesn't have that anymore. Now it's either him on his own with his family for the holidays, or whenever he does get the kids. But nobody's to blame for that but you. You chose to, you know, make this choo-choo train your priority instead of your family. And Mel gave you a gazillion chances to get it together. And you thought because she gave you a gazillion chances that meant that she was never going to leave for good. And you got your wake-up call. That's exactly what was going to happen. That there was going to be a point that she was going to be sick of the nonsense. She was going to be sick of the shenanigans. She was going to be fed up and was planning her own exit strategy. But nonetheless, you know, why lie when there's receipts that can easily be provided to the court that, no, you do spend the night, girl. You do spend the night. And then she wanted to insert that, I guess, her and Martell apparently allegedly have discussed child support, like as in passing. like, are you even getting child support from your first baby daddy? Because I refuse to believe the conversation went that Martell was ever going to put you on child support when he can't even support himself and can't even support the kids that he's got. So what child support is there going to be that's happening? Make it make sense. But basically, the spending the night thing, she wanted to have that out there because I guess Martell, in a shock to nobody, and again, his image of, you know, what he was used to with Mel, is, doing all of the things that you would do when you have a family with somebody, right? Where you're getting up, at the crack of dawn, you're, cleaning, you're making breakfast, making meals, doing all these things. And the choo-choo train is trying to make it seem like she's not about that life. She's not about to go run over there. Wants to make it seem that she lives in a separate residence. So maybe that alleged apartment she lives in, maybe that's really is her place that she stays at. But essentially said, listen, I've got my own little rugrats. I've got my own little rascals of my own. How is it you want me to cater to you? And it's so funny because it's like, if this is true, right? Because, I'm sure she's probably, like I said, the family trip for the holidays, obviously that was a overnight, whatever. But it sounds like Martell really only entertains her when it's the week that he has the kids. That's what it's kind of sounding like to me. It's sounding like the week that he doesn't have the kids, that he's really not entertaining her like that unless he wants to post something on social media for the show, right? To make it seem like things are all on the up and up, right? Like, for instance, we know, of course, that, Mel had the kids for Christmas and everything else. And then y'all want to pop out, right? Y'all want to pop out all of a sudden and, try to make it seem y'all were at some gala and having, date night or whatever else. But the truth of the matter is, you just, you did that because you needed attention, for people to see this interview. And you were getting dragged for the interview. But I don't know. That's what it's giving. It's giving that Martell, needs a village. Martell cannot function alone. When it's time for him to have, his week with the kids, but basically wants the choo-choo train to do things that Martell was used to doing with Mel. And it seems like she's okay with that when things are good. But when she, comes out of her delusions and gets that clarity, all of a sudden she's better than this. She's not about to go be at Martell's every beck and call. But that's what you've been for the last 12 years. You've been in his beck and call. If you had somewhere else to go, you would go. But the thing is, you're basically staying in a situation that hasn't really, done anything for you anyways. So nonetheless, it's a self-read and a self-drag in itself when it's all said and done. Also, the other piece really is... the other piece is the concubine is upset that Martell is, like I said, mentally stuck in the marriage. That's what it means to me. Because she's saying, essentially, Martell is stagnant. There hasn't been anything of note that he has done. And it's so funny. This whole piece is funny to me, right? Because she is talking about how Mel's the baddest in terms of all of these business opportunities Mel's got going on, all of these ways that Mel has bounced back after this divorce, and I argue is even doing better than what she was when she was married. I would make the argument Martell was holding her back because there were so many sacrifices that she was making to make Martell look like a legitimate person. And Martell doesn't have that woman in his life right now to make him look like he's legitimate, to make him look like he's relevant. He has somebody who is making him look irrelevant, is making him look dusty, broke down, and all these other things, and he doesn't know what to do. He is completely in a space of just complete and utter, like, I'm atmosphere, I'm here, I don't know what's happening, I don't know what's going on, I have all these memories that I used to do with Mel when we were together, but I have no way to get out of my position. And it's funny because the people who hate Mel were pushing this false narrative that Martell had all these things going on for himself, that Martell had all of these opportunities for himself, but it was all a lie. And the very few opportunities that he did have could not become a success because nobody gave a bleep. So once again, you're saying Martell's not doing anything. Martell is not doing anything to make himself relevant, make himself look like he is making moves, making business deals, making any type of achievements. But these same people sat here and dragged Mel and claimed Mel only sold t-shirts and claimed Mel was not the money-making Mel that I said she was. And y'all tried to say that she was manipulating things for people to buy stuff from her. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? There would be zero reason for people to be this pressed and this bothered about Mel if Mel wasn't successful, if Mel wasn't killing it and shutting it down. That's the piece that y'all fail to realize. Y'all continue to tell on yourselves and you continue to expose yourselves. There is no reason to be hating from outside the club unless you were attempting to get in. Mel's obviously got something good going, or there wouldn't be a reason for you to sit here and try to drag her every day. And you have the choo-choo train / concubine confirming. But she's been confirming this. That's what's so funny. She's been saying since Mel left Tell for good that she wished that they stayed married. Because that's when she realized a long time ago who had the money. That she had some point of realization that, you know, the hand-me-down designer stuff, the matching BMWs, like the little weekend getaways here and there, all these things that were happening on a frequent basis was off of Mel's dime. Now it's few and far in between. Now it's only when, like I said, you need to put on a show for the people. Or when Martell's not trying to find his next Mel or trying to find his next scam, then all of a sudden he remembers your existence. Or wants to use you, like I said, the weeks that he has the kids with Mel so that he can have that additional assistance and make it seem like he has somebody that is willing to do, the cooking, the cleaning, and all these things. But what are you cooking and cleaning with if Mel has to get Uber Eats and DoorDash and all these things because you still can't afford it? So what are you cooking? Is what I want to know. Ramen noodles? Like, what are you making exactly? Cereal? Like, what is happening? Because if it's in the court documents that Mel has to basically still feed the kids and pay for the kids, to have something, while they're with their father, what are you doing exactly? You're not running over to do anything. It's just giving booty calls and pillow talk about Mel. That's what all this is. And that's all this has been for 12 years. As much as you want to make it seem like it's more than what it is, it's not. It's absolutely not, y'all. But you have nobody to blame but yourself, because you could have had the wake-up call over 5 years ago that this wasn't it. But see, you were so concerned about, I'm going to get this baby. I'm going to get this baby, and we're going to have that dream life. And you got your face cracked again. That there is no dream life with Martell. The dream life is with Melody Cherie Rogers. But he did not appreciate that. He did not value that. He did not prioritize that. And now y'all are lost in the sauce. Y'all have no idea what to do with yourselves. But sit here and talk to bloggers on end. And this is why I said, I think her family's cut her off. I think her family's done. And it's clear as day she has zero friends. She has zero friends because there is nobody in her life to tell her at this point that you keep exposing yourself by talking to all these bloggers, whether it's Tasha K, whether it's Original Straight No Chaser, or whoever. You keep running your mouth to these bloggers and it never ends well for you. And then you want to go on these tangents whenever, you know, you and Martell are allegedly not on good terms. But if this happened before that interview with Marceau's alleged side chick, if this happened before y'all went on vacation, you know, to Tennessee, even though you're saying in this call that you don't do overnight trips with the kids, this is what I'm saying as far of the credibility or lack thereof. You're a walking contradiction. And if Martell is so horrible as you say, why won't you leave him alone? There's nothing to prove. There is nothing to prove because you have not moved out of the position that you were in. If Martell is still mentally in the place that he was at when he was married to Mel, he still will see you as a forever side chick, and he has done nothing to improve your position. There's no engagement. There's no marriage. There's no future. Y'all don't live together. He only brings you out like a puppet when he wants attention or he wants to change the narrative about something. And you fall for it at each and every single time because any little scrap, any little crumb he gives you, you think it's the best thing since sliced bread. But you're still being played. And nonetheless, you know, if you're not going to go anywhere, just say that. If you're not going to try to make something of yourself, go back to school, try to get a reputable job, something. You have 12 years and nothing to show for it. But what is complaining to bloggers for hours on end going to do about it? Exactly. And the other inappropriate stuff that was discussed, I'm not discussing it. I cannot. It's disgusting on all fronts for me. It's an HELL no for me. Absolutely not. Not doing it. But nonetheless, there's that. That's really all that I had on that. Like I said, she just essentially, they talk child support, but it doesn't sound like he's going to be on any child support. And they're trying to, you know, again, make it seem, oh, I don't spend the night, but Martell still wants me to do all this stuff for him, you know, when he has the kids. Well, but that's what you signed up for. You wanted to be Mel. Martell is getting all of the benefits without having to ever wife you or ever get child support or ever get put on child support by you, and you continue to allow it. So please miss me with you know, the sob story. You're up here talking about manipulations and all these things and how you're older and wiser, but it sounds like you're falling for the same nonsense as long as Martell gives you a little bit of scrap. So again, you know, what is the point? What is the point of it all? But that's all I had. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.